All right, we're going to bring out our second comic of the night. So I met this comic actually at Open Mic at Esoterra. A little bit new to stand-up, but has been taking some classes with some local stand-up performing classes at Durango Comedy. Is that where you have lower left? Straight up at lower left. Yes, thank you, at lower left. Where you can take stand-up classes, which is awesome. Woo! And anyway, so I met this comic at Open Mic, and he is just crushing it. So we're going to welcome to the stage Joe Schrag.
Durango, thank you for coming out. I think it's awesome that the comedy scene is kind of blowing up in Durango. Thanks to like Lower Left, Durango Comedy, Durango Arts Center. I find it cool that Durango really values comedy, and I love the community it builds. And on that topic, on values, I've noticed people in mountain towns tend to value things that maybe people in other places wouldn't quite understand. Like we try to be outdoorsy and active and kind of instill those things in our kids. And I think that comes out in weird ways sometimes. Like the other day, I got a new mountain bike this last fall. And my kid comes to me the other day and he's like, "Hey Dad, can I borrow your mountain bike? Mine's broke." And you know that moment, you're like, I guess. So he leaves and he comes back like an hour later. And he walks in like this, blood dripping down his hand. And I was like, "What happened to you?" He goes, "I crashed into a tree." On my bike? You better walk into that tree. And I don't value my bike over my kid, but I feel like you know what I'm talking about. I got a hint the other day that maybe I am passing those values down to my kids. My youngest found out that I had gone on a date, and he's like, "You went on a date? Does she mountain bike?" It's like, I didn't ask, I don't know, and he goes, "That should have been your first question." I can't argue with that logic. But we do, we try to pass those values down to our kids. But I feel like there's sometimes that maybe you kind of regret doing that. I had a day, I was up at Purgatory. I found myself parenting on a powder day. It's not what you want. We got off the lift, and I'm like, "All right, it's powder day, let's go." Straight to a powder run. And we get maybe 10, 20 feet into the run. One of them crashes, and we're like full-blown meltdown. There's tears, and there's fists beating the snow. And I'm trying to do the good dad thing. I'm like, "Hey," it's on the outside. I'm like, "It's all right, we got this. Just look around. We're in the mountains. It's snowing. It's quiet. Let's just take a breath. Just on the inside. It's a fucking powder day. Why?" And if you're feeling bad for my kids right about now, you should know that they give it to me just as much as I do them. Yeah. Another day, we were coming back from Purgatory, and it was windows were steaming up, it was humid, and they start drawing on my windows, and I'm driving, and I'm like, "Knock it off, you're gonna leave streaks on my windows." And I forgot about it. Next day I get up to go to work, and I hop in the car, and the windows steam up again because it's still humid. And I look around, and every square inch of my car windows is covered in tiny penis drawings. Yeah, just little micro, little tickles. Yeah, I'm surrounded by dicks. My kids are dicks. But I think maybe they have to be a little bit that way to survive in Farmington. That's where I live, unfortunately. Yeah, whatever you thought when I said Farmington, that's what I think every day. We have a lot of, we have a lot of douchey types in Farmington that drive, I'm thinking of a particular type of person. Drives a big lifted pickup, blows diesel smoke. Some of them have lights in the wheel wells, you know the type. My kids come to me one day and they're like, Dad, can you buy us a box of Tic Tacs with the candy? I'm like, no, I'm not buying you shitty candy. And they're like, no, we have a plan. Okay. So I give him a box, lives in our car now. And when we pull up at a light next to one of these trucks, this is what the driver sees. My passenger window rolls down. A 12-year-old girl sticks her head out the window, waves, makes eye contact, and shakes those Tic Tacs. That's gotta be emasculating, right? That's my daughter. My daughter is savage. A couple of years ago, she found out that at 40, stereotypically, you get a colonoscopy. Yeah. And so for like a month after that, she would be walking by me in the house, just colds, just like middle of the afternoon, just walking by, and she'd go, 2 years. And keep walking. And then a friend of mine tells me, he goes, oh, they don't do that until 45 now. And so I told my daughter, and she's like, what? Like she was upset. All right, thank you. I'm Joe Schrock.
Oh my gosh, okay, good. If I do yell all night,
Wouldn't be the first time.
I am loud. And oddly enough, I'm the quietest one in my family. And I know that's a shock to every person who knows me. Joe, I remember the first time you came to the Esoterra night, and it was your graduation from the comedy, stand-up 101. And I remember seeing your set, and I remember thinking, this dude better come back to these mics. And now you are on stage. I love hearing about how cute your children are. I love that your car is covered in microneedling. Great job. I'm giving you the skull mostly because of the micropenises.
Joe, I thought it was a great set. I love your parenting jokes, man. I think you should really lean into that because there's not a lot of, there is a lot, but you're good at it and you should, that's really funny shit, man. What I think is funny is that people who don't have kids are sometimes offended by those kinds of jokes about your kids, which I always found kind of funny because I have kids and I would call my kids assholes or whatever on stage. And some people would get offended and come to me after the show and be like, hey, I really didn't like the part where you called my kid an asshole. I'm like, do you have kids? They go, no. so lean into that, right? Don't be afraid of that. I think that's where your bread and butter is. Also, I would totally subscribe to a YouTube channel today called Powder Day Parenting. So,
What was your emoji score? You said,
let's do this.
Fire.
Yeah, I would just echo all the things that these folks said. That was super cool. Having a kid that's having a meltdown on the mountain, I could not relate to more. My kid, there's been a number of times where I'm like, you just get up, it's fine, you're fine. really fun. I had a blast. I would say,
If you want to see Joe again, he will be doing some more open mics at Esoterra. So next Friday, he'll be doing open mic stand-up there at Esoterra, and then also the open mic that's at the Starlight. It used to be on Mondays, but now is it moving to Wednesdays? Weekly? Is that right? Weekly? Yeah, so there are also open mics on Wednesdays at the Starlight. So give it up one more time for Joe Strauss.